Leadership. Let me acknowledge and thank the Carpenters who are here with us and United Firefighters Local 112 who represent city firefighters. They don't recognize that the state government provides fire protection, that they provide the funds for our schools, that they provide funds for local municipalities like our city, that they provide funds for the safety net. That's really what this is all about. Danny, you also talked about the unemployment rate. The unemployment rate is at 11.4% in the state of California. It is at 12.5% in the city of Los Angeles and growing. In October, it was at 8%. In January, at 10%. Our foreclosure rate is 4 times higher this year than it was the year before. People are struggling just to make ends meet. They're struggling just to put food on the table. And so now is the wrong time to send the message that we're not going to fund these important services. I've seen the polls. I've been told, why would you come to a press conference when you know this is an uphill fight? And I'm here because it is an uphill fight. I'm here because we all recognize that if we don't come together, Democrat and Republican, to support this measure, we don't have a lot of options. The fact of the matter is, this state will have to make cuts like we've never seen. Let's go back a few minutes, and you mentioned that I was the Speaker of the California State Assembly.
Officials and our mayor to say that California has the financial flu. And this financial flu has been going on for over 30 years. And the voters in 1978 passed Proposition 13, which re-regulated how public finance dollars will be spent. Here we are today saying simply this: California needs help. California's finances are in trouble. California services are in peril. What I am saying is that we need to help our state remedy its financial flu. This will not be easy or simple. The truth is that we're all codependent in California for our quality of life. When you think about what's going on in California with the employment market, think about the person that built your house or the group of people that built your house, whether it's carpenters, plumbers, electricians, and a variety of other skilled laborers. When you think about your safety, think about the men and women in law enforcement, the great LAPD and the great Sheriff's Department, of which both have record downturns in crime. When you think about your home, think about the safety that it's brought, because firefighters are on duty 24/7, ready to help put out a fire in the event it happens in your home. The alertness to the problem is what we're asking for here today. And I'm asking also for all of us to rally together and say our state will be helped. That each of us as taxpayers, and we all have our reasons for not supporting certain degree of what we are taxed for. But the truth of the matter is, when you think of your children who are still in school, they need to ensure their futures by a stable financial plan that will be well into the future a successful plan. When you think of the roads that you drive on, think of the quality of those roads that keep you safe. California is America's greatest state. California needs your help. Los Angeles is one of America and the world's greatest cities. We are the center of the universe of cities and counties and countries. Every population from every part of the world is represented here. California is 36 million strong because it is viewed as the Golden State, the state of dreams and possibilities and hope and success. Now, I will take my success in my role and the income that I'm given as a public servant and say you can still have more California. I want to give California what it needs to straighten out this problem, and it's temporary. In other words, it won't last forever. These initiatives are not forever. They are for a period of time. And during this time, each and every one of us must dig down a little deeper. I will do that. All of us that pass this will do that. And with that, I ask for your support.
What we want you to know, for first responders, the inability of the state to balance its budget is a matter of life and death. You know, the recent Santa Barbara wildfires, I think, are just the latest and best example of that. Those fires, as you all know, were fought through mutual aid. We sent 2 strike teams up to Santa Barbara, right here from in Los Angeles. They rely on mutual aid, and we do all throughout the state to make sure that the fires go out when we have these devastating wildfires. I'll tell you, because of the state budget, our mutual aid system is now in jeopardy. We've already been told, the governor told us just last month, that the state will have to lay off probably 1,700 CAL FIRE firefighters if these measures aren't passed, if this budget mess isn't straightened out. That's going into this year's fire season, which we expect to be as bad as any of them we've had recently. I think you all know that local government budgets are stretched thin. You know, right now in City Council here, the Budget Committee is talking again about the city's budget, and they're debating some real devastating cuts, including a possible $40 million cut to our fire department. If local governments can't properly fund their fire departments, they certainly aren't going to be able to send folks out of state, or out of city, I should say, on mutual aid. The historic 2007 wildfire storm that we had in Southern California, mostly in San Diego, we actually sent 10 strike teams down to San Diego. That's 50 engine companies we sent from Los Angeles down to San Diego. Something like that is absolutely not possible if we suffer more budget cuts here in LA due to the state's budget mess. And that will happen. That's the other thing the governor has promised. And so that means in those local agencies, they're on their own. We won't be able to help them the way that we used to. Our first responsibility is to protect our own neighborhoods. We have to do that. We have to stay behind to the extent that we need to protect our own neighborhoods, and we can't respond given that scenario the way that we have before. So many of these brush fires